Well, I know Jorge, I know you've talked about it a lot in all these interviews, but obviously we want to go back to where it kind of started with Kimbo Slice's Backyard League. The few questions that we have are, what is your relationship with Kimbo Slice and how did it come about to begin with? That back, because we saw those videos on YouTube all the time.
Back when we were young, that's kind of where we started to see the fight game grow.
Just like myself, it was just a big thing. It was a big community thing down in South Florida as well. Like we'd hear about these fights, we'd go to these fights, or somebody participated in those fights. So me and Kimbo ended up at the same gym down in Miami, and I was already doing like fights. I hadn't fought for Kimbo, but I was just fighting around Miami, just getting my experience. Any takers, you know. And Kimbo had seen me at his gym, him and the group. They talked to me. They're like, "Hey, you're pretty talented." You know, I talked to the people that were running the gym that knew me as well. And they got me on board. They were like, "Would you want to fight for us?" They asked me, I remember. One of his managers, Icy Mike, that's still alive to this day, great dude. Yeah. And a couple of his partners, his brother, Black Rob, came up to me and they were like, "Would you want to fight in the backyard?" Yeah. I was like, "Hell yeah." This dude was getting like 30 million views on YouTube.
Yeah. So might as well get your exposure up while you got it, right? Yeah.
30 million back then. I'm talking about 20-something years ago. You know Michael Jackson?
That's big numbers back then.
Yeah. Michael Jackson was getting like 1 million views.
Yeah.
Really? Kimbo was the biggest YouTube sensation.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we were binge watching those videos at like 3 a.m.
And everybody was. Like if he was alive now, the guy that you'd want on your podcast, you know, especially back then, like nobody had seen those type of numbers. Yeah. So when he asked me, it was such a privilege and a little bit surreal too, because I had seen Kimbo already a lot in Miami, you know, and it was like nuts. Seen all of his fights and it was like, damn, okay, cool, I get to represent now. Yeah. And get my name out there. But at the same time, I always knew that was just a step in my journey. That it wasn't like the end of me. It was just the beginning of me, you know? Yep. And a lot of people thought that was just me, that I was just a street fighter, but no, I was doing everything. I was training MMA, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, just trying to be the best fighter I could be.
So take us on that journey a little bit in terms of how that transitioned into getting into the professional side of we see you kind of joining these other MMA leagues to kind of, when it's starting to grow and get it traction, how did that lead you to the UFC into where people would know you as who you are now? How did that foundation help you get to where you are?
Actually, it kind of backfired on me, to tell you the truth. When I did that, with the fans, it generated a lot of love, and it's something about when you see two males that know how to fight going bare knuckle. It's just different. You kind of feel more for them. You're kind of feeling it more with them, through them. It's a fight, you know. It's a fucking fist fight. So I think I gained from there the greatest fans, and fans that stuck with me my whole career, win or lose. They were just behind me because they knew I was a dog, but I got to show how much of a dog I was because of the circumstances that were given, you know? So it was amazing. But on the other point of it, promoters looked down on me. They thought I was this thug that was going to roll up with 50 dudes deep to the fight shows and cause problems if the decisions didn't go my way. And it was all types of stereotypes and stigmas, and even reporters as well. I was challenging for world titles and they were still deeming me, and on the title would read street fighter kid or thug fighter from the street. The media wasn't kind to me 15, 12 years ago. That's how I always had a thing with them where I was like, well, fuck you guys. Now being haters. I broke this record and I did that, you guys want to interview me and everybody want to be my best friend. But when I was coming up the ranks, just because I passed through these fist fights in Kimbo Yard's backyard, freaking they were blackballing me, or the writers wouldn't write the best things. I'd win fights and they'd say things that weren't the coolest. So it was kind of double-edged, and a lot of promoters were also I was kind of looked down upon or shunned, you know?
Yeah. I got a question about the backyard fights. Now, I guess, what are you telling your parents as you're entering this league? Are you knocking on mom's door and saying, "Hey, I'll be back in a couple weeks, dude. I'm going to go, knock some dude's head off," or how does that go about?
No, at the time already, I was pretty gone. Yeah. My mom already, since 14 years old, that's not when the fight was up, but since I was 14 years old, it was just me. I didn't really like ask for permission to do anything. 'Cause my mom knew I was just out there. I was either getting money or training, or just getting by, you know. And I had periods where I grew up with my mom, and long periods where I didn't. So it was kind of like we were both used to it, you know.
Yeah, gotcha.
So when I would fight and stuff, I'd get money, and then I'd give it to her, and she'd be like, "Did you rob somebody?" How did you get this money? You know, the first time that I fought, made I'm gonna say like $2,500.
Yeah. Oh wow.
When I fought,
You're like, that's a bag right there, dude.
Yeah, in Kimbo's backyard, and I was like, what? So,
and then are you guys on like a team and then betting money on yourselves against other opponents, or how does?
Not a team, but you could just bet. You know, I'm gonna fight him, and
yeah,
you guys are gonna bet, and my boys over there, and they're gonna bet, and I brought some money and I gave it to my boys to place a bet. And I'm gonna do my job now. You know?
So we saw a video, I think it was on Facebook, Griff. I think you snagged it from us, how you won $43 or something after a fight, and then you take all your boys to McDonald's.
Yeah, that was
and you get the Oreo McFlurry, double cheeseburger, large fry, McDouble, and McChicken. Is that still your go-to McDonald's order?
Oh, if I go to McDonald's, that is pretty much the order. Maybe the Oreo McFlurry, I'll take it off and I'll put the sundae.
Okay.
I'll put caramel on top, fudge on bottom. Now McDonald's took away the fucking peanuts. What the fuck, McDonald's? I don't understand. Because somebody's allergic to peanuts. Maybe that somebody shouldn't ask for fucking peanuts.
Yeah.
You know? Because I'm not allergic to peanuts.
Okay, well, Jorge, we got a gift for you because we knew that you would still might check out.
Ooh, it's a gift certificate.
I don't know if you want to use it or not, but
it's like a
just rip it open.
A year-long gift certificate to Mickey D's.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, we tried. So
you know, I got a McDonald's punching bag that they sent.
Do you actually?
From McDonald's with the nicest of letters and gloves and all.
So you're just knocking Ronald McDonald out every day.
Yeah, we got you a nice.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not much from the MTM boys, dude, but $25 gift card, dude.
What?
Yeah. Maybe get a couple of those orders.
You know who's it's going right to my daughter because she's in her McDonald's stage.
She's in her McDonald's bag
she's 14,
right now.
so it's like, you know, thank you, fellas, bro.
Yeah,
of course, man.
Save me $14, man.
Had the spicy McChicken last night. All right, well, let's